Hi there, I'm Susan Seay, Mentor for Moms, and today I want to share an excerpt from my book. And I really want to share this with you because I've been in several private mentoring sessions with moms lately, and this issue has come up repeatedly. And I thought it's time for me to actually share a video for other moms to be able to also hear what I have to share. So this comes from the section in my book where I talk about our voice, the power to influence. It says, so many moms are great caretakers, loving supporters, and great assistants, but struggle to use their voice. They find it hard to speak up and express themselves, and it's not because they don't have great things to say, but because they fear saying it wrong or hurting someone's feelings. It's important that the mother's voice is both heard and listened to. Here, there's a difference between hearing and listening. I want to stress that. She has the pulse of her family. She is the one who knows what's really important in the home. She can tell you her kids' faults and her kids' strengths. In the pursuit of intentional parenting, finding her voice is part of the journey. She's not merely giving good suggestions to the family, but casting a vision. Moms must commit to speak up and use their voices. So I have got 6 tips for you. If you find that you can relate to what I've shared, if you find, my kids aren't listening to me and things aren't going well in the home because I can't get them to listen to me, I tell them things to do and they're not following through, and it's just frustrating, and they're arguing with me and they're interrupting me, and all of these things are happening, and I'm frustrated and I'm disappointed and embarrassed. I've heard all these things from moms privately, and I don't like to go out with my children because they are embarrassing and I want them to listen to me, and I feel so defeated. If that's you, mama, then I want to share these 6 tips with you. Okay? Number 1, first of all, I want you to know, deep down in your knower, I want you to know that your words matter. That what you're telling your children are not mere suggestions or ideas, but they are truly things that they need to hear. That's why God gifted you as their mother to share them with them. They need to hear that because your words matter. And I don't want you to ever discount the importance of your voice in your home and in your children's ears. Number 2, having a strong and powerful voice is not the same thing as shouting. It's not the same thing. Screaming and shouting and belittling and sarcasm, those are not the same thing as having a strong and powerful voice in your child's ears. I want you to learn how to get their attention, and I want you to learn how to communicate with them, and it does not have to involve screaming and shouting. It can be done, trust me. Number 3, respect your words and require them to respect them as well. That means if you say it, it's golden. If you tell them something that they can trust that you will follow through. Teach them to honor your position by listening to what you have to say. You could start with something as simple as when you're talking, you could tell them to cover their mouths. That keeps them from interrupting and developing that habit of interrupting you or having to have a comeback for everything you have to say. That they get to respect your words simply by quieting their mouths. That while this is closed, these can be open. Close these, open these. And teaching them that and having them physically cover their mouths that's one way that you can do this. There's so many ways, but truly teaching them to respect your words, and you respect them as well by not sharing them when they're not listening. You can say, oh, okay, you're interrupting me. I need you to listen, cover your mouth, open your ears, close your mouth, open your ears. I have something to say and you need to hear it. Number 4, resist the urge to go on and on. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, moms, I share this with you because I've been guilty of all of these myself. I have worn myself out and I have tried to figure out what works, and now I'm sharing with you what works. I would go on and on and on trying to make a point. And I would explain myself and tell them all the details, and they stopped listening to me a long time ago. I truly became Charlie Brown's teacher. Wah, 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 wah. They're not hearing anything else that I've said. I got to the point where I tried to figure out what was the most important thing I needed them to hear. I said that first, and then I let that be done. If they had any questions, and I mean genuine questions, not questions to avoid getting to work or to avoid responsibility or to avoid really following through on what I've asked them to do. I mean a genuine question. They'll ask a genuine question if I've missed a detail, or I'll notice that I missed a genuine detail when I gave a short instruction by what they're carrying out. And I could go, oh, it's really important. I didn't mean for you to gather the trash in the living room. I meant gather the trash in the living room and take it out. But I could follow up on that. But resist the urge to go on and on, explaining yourself and telling them why and giving examples and telling stories and asking them questions and then going back and telling another story. Keep it short. Number 5. Your ability to effectively share your thoughts is directly related to your ability to get your family's attention. And learning how to get your children's attention is key. Even marketers know that they cannot sell their products until they get your attention. That's why they use loud music, or you'll notice on TV that commercials get louder than the show you're watching, because it's everything they can do to get your attention for those few seconds to try to get their message across and hopefully move you to go buy their product. If marketers know they need to get your attention, moms, we can learn from that and say, then I need to learn how to get my children's attention. And here's the good news. You can learn how to do that. There's a whole lot of ways to do that. One way, because I hear you. You're like, okay, give me one. Okay, let me give you an example. You ever gone to a theater to see a show, and you notice how there'll be hundreds of people to go in a theater? In order to get everyone's attention, what do? They'll flicker the lights. And the lights flickering makes people look up. And then they'll notice that the doors are open, or the ushers will say you can go to your seats now. You could do the same thing. If you walk in the room and the kids are being really loud and they're not paying attention, and maybe they're doing it, instead of you screaming, hey, everybody be quiet, you can just go over and flicker the lights, and they'll look over at you and you go, oh, great, I got your attention. You only need a split second of attention. Then you could go on. That's one example. Last point, number 6. Check in and make sure they have understood what you've said. Check in and make sure they understand. So you tell them what it is you need to say, really short, very succinct. And then you say, what did you hear me say? Oh, that's a big question in our house. Now, what did you hear me say? And then they get to repeat back what they heard. Oh my gosh, so many times. What they give back, you'll go, I didn't say that at all. Okay, here, let me try to say this differently. And then we're learning how to communicate in a way that they can understand. And then we say, now, what did you hear me say? Then they'll repeat it back. Make sure that they've heard, make sure that they've understood. And then there's a respect that's within that conversation, that they have truly listened to what you have to say. I sure hope that this helps you. I hope that this helps some mama out there who is feeling frustrated that her words aren't being valued in the home. If there's any other way I can support you, comment below or come over and join our Facebook group and let us know how we can all share ideas about how we're using these tips in our home. Until next time, bye for now.